had Bess on PP1 yesterday at practice, and Bavilio down. You said you're going to rotate guys in and out. JT told us that he thinks it just power play hasn't just been that sharp of late. Is that part of the rationale there?
Yeah, a little bit of a different power play setup. Have the righty with Kuzi and Bess, which is, you come off Millsy with a lefty look, and then with Hughesy. So, yeah, it's just a different look, throw different looks at different teams. But it also keeps guys on their toes. You want competition in those positions too.
You saw just about everything out of Dallas the last time you played the Stars in Big D, including that second period where they had like a 20-3 shot advantage. What are the challenges tonight against a club that's won, 6 or 7 and kind of spanked the Kraken last night?
Yeah, they have an identity. Pete DeBoer's got them playing a certain style. I actually like the way they play. They play the no-nonsense north-south. Heiskanen, he's obviously a terrific player. The goaltending's great. I mean, they're built for a playoff kind of series, and they play a pretty simple. This is the way we play, and they don't change for anybody.
Do you have any updates on McDonough? He was telling us yesterday that there's a big snowstorm in the Boston area. He doesn't even know when he's getting out. Do you have any? Is there any plan yet for Hayden?
I don't. I know. I haven't heard anything about that yet. No, I don't know.
Okay, Hronek, what are you doing right now?
Just, he's progressing every day. Just start skating here soon. It's kind of actually get to see him and Bear in the lineup together. And he's, day to day, he'll be, I'm sure he'll play on this road trip.
Quinn is going to log a lot of minutes tonight, and you've got 3 and 4 plus back-to-backs. And I asked him, is there a limit? He goes, no. He says, I feel great and I just want to play. From a coaching perspective, is there a ceiling on him?
Well, obviously, sometimes you cringe when you see 28, 29, but his cardio is incredible. But, yeah, there's some wear and tear you got to be careful of, but there's, I don't know, we've a little bit of a roll. He's done a great job. Sometimes there's stretches in season you let guys just let them go a little bit. But, yeah, we're conscious of that for sure.
3 games in 4 nights, and the back-to-back can be a grind. But from a perspective of where you are right now as a coach of the new team, it's probably the perfect testing ground to see what you've got and what you hope to have. What are you looking forward to, even looking forward in terms of just getting a feel for some of the guys maybe you're not quite sure of yet?
No, you're right. I mean, this 3 and 4, I got to, you got to use four lines more. I got to get some. I talked to Podsy yesterday and Kratzy. I got to get those guys out more in certain situations. Sometimes I get a hard match, and a couple games before that, I got them out there the last 3-4 minutes of a game against a top line, and just to see how they do. I think it's important that they have that taste. But yeah, definitely you got to play 4 lines in a 3 and 4. You got to get more guys out there for sure, and even with the defense. I mean, Hughes is going to get his minutes, but the other guys have been chipping in.
Rick, I'm curious what you're seeing from the team away from what we've all witnessed on the ice. I know you've won 7 of your last 10, but watching practice yesterday, it seemed like guys didn't want to leave the ice. They just kept on working on little things, hanging around in the dressing room more. It seems to be a different attitude. Has the culture changed? Has the attitude changed? What are you seeing?
Well, I asked them to bring out, when I got here, attitude and energy. That's if you can supply that, we're going to try to supply the answers for you. The questions they ask, where to go, what kind of system we're playing. So we're trying to give them the answers. I told you guys this, the little things for me count, and I'm seeing it. Body position, I call it chipping a body, getting in front of a guy for your teammate. Our tracking has been really good. I thought, our back checking. That's how you win hockey games, and I think guys have bought into that. If you want system and you want guys scoring, but it's the little things to me matter, and I think they understand that. They value it. That's what I've seen as every day goes on. They're valuing those little things.
We all know that winning helps too, and JT said it was a shit show basically the way the season was going. Now we see a different attitude in the dressing room. Is it more than just winning though?
I think it's obviously winning's the what you want to do, obviously, but it's the process of it, and it's a taste, right? Like when the season ends, I hope guys understand. It's going to get even harder this summer. They got to train like they're going to be. We're going to obviously have that's a whole different ball of wax, but training camp and the standard for the Canuck is going to be risen high, and this is not a 4-month. Sure, you rest your body, but you have to come in at a certain level if you want to play. It's just a standard we have to set, and that's why it's important that they have it now in their head. You know, yeah, we want you to back check, and this should be like brushing your teeth every day. You do it. It's just not a once in a while type of thing. And this summer is a big summer for this organization in the sense for the players of training. Like I'm a big believer in that.
Same lineup tonight,
Yeah, same lineup. Yeah.
How do you monitor that, though? You can give guys a program for the offseason, but, you know, and it falls on them. But how do you monitor their progress?
Well, I mean, you know, like I said, I've only been here 6 weeks. I want us to have more on hands with these guys. I want these guys. I like to see some guys hang around more. You know, pop in and out. I like to see guys get here early, like a month before training camp, not 3 days before. That's what I believe in. Hopefully that you know, I can't make them come earlier. I can suggest it. It's a winning formula. You know, I remember the cups we won as I was assistant in Pittsburgh. You know, Sidney Crosby shows up 3-4 weeks before camp. You have 25 guys there, and that's the reason we won. I'm not saying guys can't take off for weekends and stuff. I just think it's very important that we set that culture here.
You're flying early tomorrow and then practicing down
Yeah.
there. Is that by design?
A little bit of science to it. I don't always do it. I just, you know, the game ends. Instead of an early practice, I'm not an early morning practice guy. It's not for me. I'm up at 6. It's for the players. Like I want them to sleep in. They can go right to the airport, and then we'll get a sweat in 2 o'clock in Arizona. Well, they've played there already once, right?
Yeah. No.
They haven't played. Oh, that's right.
Rink,
So like new rink and just the surroundings, and plus get a good sweat, and then you go for dinner. I think there's science to it for me.
They have sun down there too.
And they got sun, yeah. Well, I got some yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I finally got some, a little bit. Well, a little bit.
Further to what Jay was talking about, the two teams here that have gone to the final 94 2011, one thing that we noticed was that those teams were tight. They may not have been the most talented, but they were tight. How important is that to you, aside from talent?
I think it's huge, the chemistry, and that's my job. Like coaches can help teams get tighter. You can't always grind every day. The players, you got to allow them to, whether it's on a road trip, we stay overnight in the city, let them hang out together. Because a lot of times at home, guys have families, you don't see each other as much. But I think it's everything. Some of the tightest teams I've ever been on were winning teams, or just respected teams. But when I first got here, it was quiet for some reason, and I owe a lot. The leadership group's been great. It's been a really loud room now. Like it's we're not the naturally a boisterous team, but I've seen a lot more guys getting it. But even guys that in the minors talking, that came up from us, they're talking in the room. I love that. Like it's not a hierarchy. If I'm a young guy, I can't say anything. I disagree with that. So I think that brings chemistry.
Can one or two sort of bad apples, like, can it spoil a whole bunch, and you have to be careful with that?
Well, I think you have to have a collective, different guys in the room. You can't have all, same type of guys. Well, I mean, I don't know what a bad apple, that's, you can identify those guys and you try to help that, but, you hope your leadership group can handle that too. So, yeah, I haven't seen a bad apple. I see a lot of guys, buying in. But, like I said, there's going to be bumpy roads. That's when you know that, who are good teammates when things don't go your way. There's no finger point and stuff like that. Yeah, we won 4 games in a row. Everything's great, but there's going to be some bumpy roads coming up ahead.